Everyone found it quite confusing when a beautiful girl like her attended the event and no one recognized her. Only Ririsa and Nono stood out, as the scene was set in a quiet place. When she walked out of the dressing room, everyone finally understood why. It turned out that her hairstyle, hair color, outfit, and makeup were nothing like the character she was supposed to be cosplaying. Aria had no idea about the character, only knowing it was trending, so she chose to cosplay it. In the end, Ririsa, with her fiery eyes, scolded her loudly, calling it a wasted cosplay. "It's more interesting than you think," she said, beginning to explain what cosplay and cosplayers were all about. Aria, still a rough gem with her face and body, was told that it didn't matter which character she wanted to portray. "Just give it a try, and I'll help you become a shining gem." Aria happily agreed, and the first task was to binge-watch famous anime and catch up on this season's late-night episodes. No longer was it time to sleep. Aria even called out to Nono for help. But Nono responded harshly, saying, "Don't call me by that nickname, and stay away from me." Ririsa then agreed to let them examine her cosplay carefully. Aria, inspecting closely, even asked if her chest padding was real and asked if she could touch it. To her surprise, Ririsa immediately agreed, saying she wanted to prove to everyone how authentic her cosplay was, not just using fake padded pieces. Nono intervened, asking to touch it as well. After receiving Ririsa's approval, the green-haired girl hesitantly placed her hands on it, feeling the softness, which felt like foam or dumplings. Nono then became jealous of their manga-like figures, while Ririsa thought Nono was the one who had the slim, manga-like body, while she herself looked like a short, chubby mushroom. Ultimately, Aria concluded that the two of them had the better figures, while she was all muscles and didn't look feminine at all. But in cosplay, you can choose how much to pad or bind, so none of this really mattered. After the photo shoot, Ririsa invited everyone to the club next time. Later, the group ended up in the manga club room, where today's theme was an anime binge party. Aria was gently pushed into the world of otaku, thanks to Ririsa's determination to invite other students to join. Ririsa, however, was unable to participate as she was caught up in a meeting. The goal was to help Aria enjoy the fun of cosplaying her favorite characters. The first step was to cram a bunch of masterpieces into her head and choose her favorite character. At this point, everyone was shocked to learn that Aria had always misunderstood that Okumura was the protagonist's boyfriend. He quickly denied it, saying, "I'm part of the Weo culture, so I don't date 3D girls." Ririsa, who loved the anime Lily, wanted to start with that, but it had over 312 episodes and would take 4 days to finish without sleep. Instead, she suggested watching the spin-off episodes, which would only take 4 hours. Aria was shocked, realizing that was still longer than a sports club practice. She began to feel awkward with these hardcore otaku. Ririsa was determined to push forward with the cosplay lessons, though Aria was more and more hooked by her enthusiasm. It wasn't long before Aria became fully immersed in the anime world. She even found herself moved to tears, something she never expected from anime. It reminded her of a manga she read as a child, bringing a sense of nostalgia. Nono also teared up, delighted by the fact that Aria referred to her as a friend. This was the moment when they were all truly connected, and Ririsa suggested that they go bowling, eat at a buffet, and sing karaoke next time. The next day, they watched a comedy anime, but it was too sophisticated for non-otaku, so they switched to a classic battle anime, which Aria enjoyed much more. She treated Nono to a bubble tea, something Nono had never tried before, and after just one sip, Nono was afraid she might gain weight. Over time, Aria became knowledgeable enough to give solid opinions on anime, and she was becoming more involved in the community. However, her favorite character still came from the first series she watched. Okumura and Ririsa explained things thoroughly, making it easier for her to understand. Eventually, Aria chose her character, Ariel, Ririsa offered 3 options: make the costume, have it custom made, or buy a ready-made one. Aria quickly chose to make the costume herself because it felt more meaningful. That night, after binging anime, Nonoe was stunned to find that Aria had made it into the top 20 cosplayers. Though she was not recognized as a rising star. This was because Aria had cosplayed an ancient character that no one knew. Aria admitted she had lied to gain fame. But Okumura, after searching online, found out that the character was from an anime that was discontinued years ago. It was something he used to love and had kept on his shelf. It turned out this manga was a personal favorite of his, something he had written fan mail for as a kid, though the author had weirdly responded, saying, "Thank you for your letter. But don't tell your friends that you like this manga, or you'll be teased." As Aria held the manga in her hand, everyone was shocked by the revelation that it was the same series she had cosplayed. She admitted that it was her father who drew the manga. Everyone was stunned by the truth, especially Nonoe, who had been curious about the character's origins. This was a turning point in their friendship, where Aria opened up completely.